Hello, my friends, and welcome to Yoga by the Moon. My name is Michelle, and I'm here to guide you through a full moon practice for the full moon for July 29th of 2026. The full moon is when the moon is like illuminated at its fullest. I know that sounds very redundant, but it is completely illuminated. It's at its peak. Energies are at their peak while the moon is at its peak in the cycle. Everything is coming to light. Truths are able to be seen in their fullness. Things that maybe were hidden, that were secret or just underneath, are able to be seen more clearly in the light of this full moon with those energies. And this full moon takes place in the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius is a very intellectual and social air sign. So the truths that are illuminated in an Aquarius full moon are how are we aligning the truths of who we are and our own deeper inner truths of ourselves with the social connections we are making. How are we keeping those in alignment? How are we extending ourselves to our greater communities and our social networks in a way that is not compromising who we are? That's what we need to take a look at. And if we are compromising those relationships, how can we bring that back into alignment? This full moon will show us exactly how to do that. We are now embarking in Leo season, and Leo is a very bold and expressive fire sign. And so that really just kind of ignites, if you will, with the fire, that whole sense of being true to ourselves. It really lights the fire for us to show us what that inner truth really is about who we are, so that we can take that path of alignment forward. So if you'll join me on the mat, we're going to begin seated on the mat today for our breath work as we bring these energies in, really about self-truth and self-discovery and aligning that with our social connections. So to begin, just find a comfortable seat, cross legs, feet in front of you, however is comfortable for you. And we're going to begin with what's called the breath of freedom. And we're going to take 2 quick, sharp inhales through the nose, and then 1 long exhale out the mouth. And we're going to do that a total of 4 times. And this really helps kind of tune our heart and our minds together so that we can really connect to that path of alignment. And it's a very energizing breath. So it calls into light that whole energy of the fire of Leo also. So we're able to really find that alignment that this Aquarius full moon is asking of us while bringing in the fire of Leo with this breath. So if you'll begin with me, like I said, 2 sharp inhales through the nose, 1 long exhale out the mouth. So ready, begin. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Now just return to the normal rhythm of your breath. Find that alignment within yourself. Head over heart, heart over pelvis. Nice, tall back, shoulders back and down. Feeling connected to the earth wherever you are, whether it's outside, whether it's your mat, whether it's your floor. Just feel yourself in your present state, in the present room, and feel your body in that space. Connect yourself to that greater space. And if you're ready, on an inhale, raise your right arm up to the sky. Bring your right hand to your left knee as you swim those left fingers behind like a kickstand, and turn around and look over that left shoulder in a gentle, easy twist. help straighten our spine even more so we can have that physical alignment. And when we're more physically aligned, we can really tune into that deeper emotional alignment that we're looking for. One more deep breath in on this side. As you exhale, come to center. Inhale, left arm reaches to the sky. Exhale as the left hand comes to the right knee. Your right fingers swim behind like a kickstand this time, and turn around and look over that right shoulder. Nice, tall back. No need to twist super deeply. We're just beginning that movement. We're just beginning that alignment right now. And we're tuning into ourselves to find those inner truths. One more deep breath in. On an exhale, come back to center. Now we're going to do something called cow face or Gomukhasana. So we're going to begin by making a triangle, bringing our right knee in front of us with that right heel on the outer part of that left hip. So we're making a triangle with that right leg in front of us, knee pointing forward. And then you're going to stack the left knee on top in the same way. So your left knee is going to make a triangle where your left heel will come the outer part of your right hip. And so you've got these two triangles stacked. Now this can be pretty intense on its own. This is called cow face. It's a nice hip opener. And since we store so much of our emotions in our hips, we can't really be in alignment with those deepest truths of ourselves if we are having those truths hidden by our emotions. So this full moon really wants us to release those emotions so we can really connect to those, right? So we're going to have that hip release, but it does not need to be super deep. If you need like a block or a pillow in between your knees to kind of ease that pressure, you're welcome to. If you need to kind of just offset the knees slightly, you're welcome to do that too. But if this is comfortable for you, like it is for me, you can take your hands and press down on your heels and lift that chest a little bit more. Or you can, since our left leg is on top, we're going to raise our right arm up, bend the knee, the elbow, so that your hand is touching your back, and then your left arm is going to come down, and you're going to reach that hand up towards the other hand from the bottom, kind of creating this sort of Z shape with your arms. Now your fingers may or may not touch. If they do, you can clasp them together. You can always grab a strap or a scarf or something to hold on to, or a towel, so that you can like hold on to something if you really want to create more of a steadiness with your arms. You're welcome to skip the arms as well. But again, this is just a nice deep stretch to really clear the space and do the release that a full moon asks of us, so that we can do the alignment that Aquarius is asking for us. One more deep breath here on this side. Exhale, let go of the hands if you had them and bring them back to center. And then slowly bring one foot in front of you, followed by the other. And we're going to gently windshield wiper those knees to kind of reset through the hips. Any tightness might start to go away now with the little reset right here. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So this time, the left knee comes in front on the bottom, left heel on the outside of the right hip, and then stack that right knee on top of the left, right heel outside of the left hip. Again, this may be enough. Maybe you want to keep your hands down and press onto those ankles as you lift your chest, or maybe you wish to lift your left arm up, reaching that hand down on your back. Right arm comes behind your back and you reach your right hand up towards the left hand, creating that Z shape with your arms once again, opening that chest, feeling that stretch across those shoulders, deeply releasing in all the tight spaces. With every exhale, just imagine that you're letting go of something else to allow those truths to be shed more deeply. One more inhale. On an exhale, if you had those hands together, release them on across the arms. Bring your right foot in front of you, followed by the left. And once again, windshield wiper those knees. Reset once again before we continue our movement practice. All right. Now, however you need to, just make your way to hands and knees position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Nice flat back. And then when you're ready, we're going to take our left leg and straighten it out to the side, planting the sole of that left foot on the floor. So you're kind of creating this triangle with your legs in this tabletop position. And we're going to do 3 rounds of cat-cow on this side with our legs sticking out like that. So you're going to inhale as you bring your belly to the floor. Exhale as you round that spine. Inhale, belly to the floor. Exhale, round that spine. Inhale, belly to the floor. Exhale, round that spine. Inhale, come back to that flat back. And then release the hands as you come up, lift yourself up, keeping your left leg out to the side. And then on an inhale, you're going to take your left hand and slide it down that left leg as you reach your right arm up and over towards the left side for gate pose, a nice side body stretch. When we talk about alignment, physical alignment really is about having that like nice tall back. And in order to really have physical alignment, we really need to get at the spine from all angles. So doing the cat-cow in that position and then stretching the side body really helps us allow that physical alignment to take place so we can do that emotional alignment. One more breath in like this. Exhale, make your way back to hands and knees, bringing that left knee in. And as you're ready, we're going to straighten our right leg out to the side, planting the sole of that right foot on the floor, creating that triangle with our legs once again. And now we're going to do the cat-cow and then gate on this side. Inhale, belly to the floor. Exhale, round that spine. Inhale, belly to the floor. Exhale, round that spine. Inhale, belly to the floor. Exhale, round that spine. Inhale, come back to that flat back, and then make your way on up. Inhale as you take your right hand down your right leg this time and bring your left arm up and over towards the right side, stretching that left side body now. Breathe deep. Find that release. Find your center. Find that aliveness. Find that self-expression. One more deep inhale. On an exhale, make your way back to hands and knees position, bringing that right knee back in. Curl your toes under, and then lift your hips up high to a downward facing dog. Gently pedal those heels, bending one knee and then the other. Releasing through the back of those legs now. Before we begin a little bit of a flow. When you're ready, make your way to stillness. And then inhale, lift that right leg to the sky. Exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Bring the right foot between the hands. Spin your left foot. Your left heel comes back to the back right corner of the mat. Plant the sole of that left foot on the mat. Bend into your right knee as you lift up. Keeping your hips facing forward. Arms raise up. Warrior one. A nice, strong posture, a very bold, expressive posture like Leo. We are in Leo season and we are trying to tap into our truest self. And Leo really helps us shine with that. So we're calling in the energy of Leo here. One inhale. On an exhale, bring that right arm forward, left arm behind as you turn your hips towards that left wall in warrior two. Now we're opening ourselves up to that liminal space, calling in the energy of the moon, in that fullness of the moon, embracing everything that the moon asks of us with our arms outstretched. One more inhale here. On an exhale, bring that left arm down to the back, to your left leg, and reach your right arm up and back in a reverse warrior. Stretching through that spine once again, stretching through that side body. One more inhale here. On an exhale, straighten through that right leg and reach your right arm forward once again, left arm behind. Now reach so far in that right arm that you kind of tilt forward. And when you can no longer tilt forward without dumping down, tick-tock those arms down. Right arm down towards the floor, left arm towards the sky in triangle pose. Once again, finding alignment, finding that harmony of Aquarius, balancing intellectual curiosity and opening ourselves up to possibility. One more inhale here. As you exhale, bring your hands to frame your foot. Right foot meets the left, high plank. Shift your weight forward. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Press on up to upward facing dog. And then lift those hips high. Downward facing dog. Take a moment to find your alignment. Maybe you want to pedal your heels again for a minute. I just like to find stillness because I like that stretch in the back of my legs. But it is up to you. Find that self-expression. When you're ready, meet me in stillness. And then inhale as you reach that left foot towards the sky. Exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Bring that left foot between the hands. Spin that right heel back towards the back left corner of the mat now, planting the sole of that foot as you bend into your left knee. Rise on up, hips face forward, arms reach tall. Warrior one. Nice strong breaths for our strong identity, sense of self. One more inhale. Exhale, left arm reaches forward as the right arm reaches back, and you turn your hips towards that right wall as we open ourselves up like the full moon. One more breath in here. On an exhale, reach that right hand down towards that right leg as you reach your left arm up and back. Reverse warrior. One more deep breath here, and then rise on up as you straighten that left leg. Left arm forward, right arm back. Reach that left arm as far forward as you can without dumping into your spine. And then tick-tock those hands. Left hand reaches down, right arm towards the sky. Triangle pose. Nice, strong sense of self here. Nice, strong posture. Nice, strong alignment. Calling in all of the energies of Aquarius, the full moon, and Leo. One more deep breath here. And this time on an exhale, we're going to step that right foot up towards the front of the mat and stand tall in mountain pose. Reach those hands towards the floor, opening your chest, shoulders back and down, lifting that chest towards the sky. Strong pose as we really tune into alignment, open ourselves up, find balance and harmony. Breathe deep. Take a couple moments more here in mountain as I explain what we are going to do next. We're going to do a little bit of a balance challenge today. So we're going to shift our weight into our right foot as you're ready, and then cross your left leg over your right knee. For now, you can keep those left toes towards the mat. Left leg is on top, so right arm comes on top. We're going to cross our arms, right arm on top of the left, making an X, then bend at the elbows. You can either bring the back of those palms together or cross once again to bring those palms together in prayer. And when you're ready, sink into those hips. You do not need to double cross today with those legs. It'll make this challenge just a little bit easier. Now you can either keep those toes on the mat or lift them off the mat as you sink into those hips here in eagle pose. Finding real deep alignment here, deep sense of self. Focal point on ourselves. One more deep breath here. On an exhale, uncross the arms, reach them behind, and then uncross the left leg as you kick it behind and straighten through that right leg. Airplane pose. When you're ready, since I was falling out, I'm ready now, but you can hold that for another couple breaths if you need to. Then when you're ready, just make your way back to mountain pose. If you fall out at any point, your yoga mat will catch you just like mine did. It is called a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect, and I am far from perfect, so you're in the right place if you feel like you're not. Shake it out, take a moment, laugh at yourself, laugh at me, whatever you need to do before you find yourself in alignment once again. Now we're going to shift our weight into that left leg now, crossing that right leg on top of the left. Keep those right toes on the mat for now. Right leg is on top, so that means left arm comes on top as you cross your arms into an X. And you can either bring the back of those hands together or cross your hands once again to meet those palms. Now as you're ready, you can either lift those toes or keep them on the mat as you sink into those hips. Eagle pose. Deeply calling into our center to find those truths of our inner self that Aquarius asks of us. Finding that alignment for ourselves. And then one more deep breath here. And then uncross those arms, reach your hands behind as you uncross your legs and then kick that right leg behind. Airplane pose as we fly with that self-confidence and expression of Leo. One more deep breath. As you're ready, bring your foot down. Inhale as you sweep those arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands at prayer, come all the way down through center. Reach down for the floor. Take your two piece fingers, wrap them around your big toe to pull your chest down. Nice soft bend in the knees. Hand to big toe, forward fold. Deep forward fold, nice stretch, nice release. Exhale as you let other things go. We release with the full moon. One more deep inhale. As you exhale, plant those hands and step your right foot back, followed by the left in high plank. Inhale as you lift your right toes off the mat. Exhale as you bring that knee towards your nose. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, bring that right foot down. Inhale as you lift that left foot off the mat now. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, bring those left toes to the mat. Hold your plank for one more breath. And on an exhale, bring those knees towards the mat. And this time, sit your hips on those heels. Coming on up into hero pose. Nice tall back, calming posture. If it's a little uncomfortable for your knees, your quads, or your heels to be sitting directly on them, you can always have a bolster or a pillow or a towel in between you, or even a block to sit on if that's more comfortable. But if you're comfortable sitting here just like I am, just take a moment for yourself. Maybe even bring your hands to prayer at your heart to call in that true self-expression of Leo, to find that inner truth of ourself with Aquarius, so we can bring it in alignment and extend it outward as this full moon asks. One more deep breath in. On an exhale, come to standing on your knees. And this time bring your hands to your lower back behind you. Point your elbows back. Inhale deeply. Exhale as you lift your chest towards the sky and tilt your head back in this camel variation. It's not our deepest form of camel, but it's a nice heart opener so we can lead with our hearts. Because when we lead with our hearts, we really are our truest selves. One more deep breath in. On an exhale, make your way to seated on your bum, feet in front of you, and then lay your back all the way down on the mat, keeping those feet planted on the mat, knees towards the sky. Now your heels can be as close to your bum or as far away as you need them to be. Just make sure you bring those shoulder blades back and down. You can feel your shoulder blades connected to the mat, your hip points connected, the back of your head connected. Take one deep inhale. And then on an exhale, lift those hips up towards the sky here in bridge pose. Another heart opener as we wind our practice down. Resetting that spine so we can find that physical alignment once again. One more deep inhale here. Exhale as you lower those hips towards the floor. Take a deep inhale as you slide your left heel towards the bottom of the mat. And then exhale as you pull that right knee in towards your chest in wind relieving pose. It does exactly as the name describes. You may relieve some wind, and that is okay. That is another form of release that our bodies need. Breathe deep and let go if you need to. Wind down, tune into yourself. One more deep breath here in wind relieving pose. Now on exhale, make sure you have your left hand reaching all the way across your right knee. Open your right arm up towards the right side as you bring your right knee across towards the left side of the mat here in your reclined twist. Stretching through that outer glute, aligning our spine, winding down, releasing. One more deep breath in here. On an exhale, unwind and bring that right heel towards the bottom of the mat. Make sure you pull those shoulder blades back and down again if they kind of slid out of place. Take a deep breath in, and then on an exhale, bring that left knee towards your chest now. In wind relieving pose on the other side. Maybe you want to take some ankle circles. Maybe you want to flex and point that foot to stretch through the calf. Maybe you just want to find stillness, whatever feels good to you. Find that self-expression of Leo. Call in that energy. Do what feels good. One more deep breath in here. On an exhale, reach that right hand across that left knee. Open your left arm out to the side and bring your left knee over to the right side in a reclined twist on the other side. Releasing through that outer left glute now. Finding some release in your spine so we can more deeply align. Breathing deep to release even more. One more deep breath in. On an exhale, bring your left leg back to center. Now, before we take our Shavasana, if you're close to a wall, you're welcome to do this literally at the wall, but I'm just going to do this in the air to demonstrate that you don't need a wall to do this. You're going to inhale as you bring your feet towards the planet on the mat again with your knees pointed to the sky. Exhale as you lift the soles of those feet towards the ceiling and straighten through those legs. In legs up the wall. This is one of the most relaxing postures. It allows your blood flow to go the opposite way so that it comes back toward your heart, so you can really tune into your heart center, wind yourself down, calm yourself down, tune into yourself. And again, you're welcome to do this with your legs literally up the wall, or you can just do this with your legs in the air as I am. And you're even welcome to take your Shavasana in this posture, or if you're ready to take your Shavasana as I guide us through the meditation, you can bring your legs down, one heel to the bottom of the mat, followed by the other. Wherever you are, make yourself comfortable. If it feels safe and comfortable to do so, you may have a soft gaze or close your eyes, but deeply settle into your space as I guide us through this full moon meditation. The Aquarius sturgeon moon. So we begin here by closing down your eyes if you feel safe to do so. As your body quickly settles into the position that feels right for you and you feel centered, elongate your spine and imagine your crown lifting towards the night sky. Feel connected to the earth and its grounding energy, while sensing a deepened connection to everything above, the moon, the stars, anything else we cannot see. Take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale. Sense the way gravity holds you here. Breathing in and breathing out slowly. Let the physical breath anchor you to this single moment in time. Breathing in and breathing out. The breath becomes the slack in the chain as it finds a gentle, natural rhythm of its own. As you continue to encourage each exhale to become longer than the breath in. Let's shift our focus here as you begin to sense the energy of what a full moon feels like. Tilt your chin ever so slightly upward if it feels right for you. Imagine you're looking up into a star-filled sky. In your mind, you begin to see a round, illuminated face and the powerful energy created by the moon simply existing. And your mind begins to slowly ebb and flow, drifting back and forth from this moment to the next. The sturgeon fish is said to be a messenger between the physical and spiritual realms, bringing forward strong intuition and a deepened connection to a greater awareness. It's in moments of unexpected fortune that life teaches us the value of persistence and trust. Just as the fisherman learns to read the subtle signs of the water, we too must become attuned to the quiet whispers that often hidden beneath the surface. To learn to embrace patience is to learn to appreciate the beauty of the journey itself. The gentle lapping of waves, the tranquility of surroundings, and the quiet reflection simple moments have to offer. Being mindful in this way allows us to realize the true reward is not in just the catch, but in the wisdom gained and the peace found along the way. Take a deep breath in and a slow exhale out. As you begin to see yourself standing at the edge of a body of water, wherever your mind takes you is perfect. Holding a line cast beyond your sight, feeling a gentle tug of current back and forth. Encourage your breath to drift with the rhythm of the water, and release any burdens of haste or expectation as you do. Feel open to any subtle signs, perhaps in a way of a ripple of the water. The peace you find from being here, a shift in the light, a whisper of intuition. Take a deep breath in and a slow exhale out. This month moon wants you to leave here tonight knowing that, like fishing, it's as much about the waiting as it is about the catching. To allow the lake of life to be your teacher. The success of a great catch doesn't come from constantly reeling in your line to check to see if something is there, but rather from patience for those brave enough to leave their hook hanging. For it is always in those unexpected moments when your line tightens and the moment of a catch arrives. Take a final breath in and exhale as you bring your mind back into your body. When you feel ready, you can take some gentle movement, wiggling your fingers and toes, turning your wrists and ankles, maybe bending your elbows and knees. Maybe you want to take a nice long full body stretch, or maybe you've stretched enough today and you wish to give yourself a nice tight squeeze and hug. Turn over to one side and use a hand to gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat, slowly. No need to rush. If your eyes were closed or you had a soft gaze, you may gently flutter them open and arrive here in this space now. I wish to thank you for practicing this full moon practice with me. It is always my greatest honor to have you show up for this Yoga by the Moon community, and for me and for yourself. I can't wait to do the last quarter moon practice with you next. But in the meantime, from my heart to yours, namaste.